Hello. Okay. So I'm doing a question and answer video. Welcome back. Let's start off with the more profound spiritual questions, and then I'll get into the other questions. Okay, my first question is, I'm not going to say any names because I don't know if they want to remain anonymous or not, but I'm sure they'll know who they are. Okay, the first question is, am I going on the right path with my spirituality? And will I be able to communicate with spirit? Well, if you are on any spiritual path, you're on the right path. Since you're actually evolving and growing in your spirituality and seeking knowledge and learning all you can learn, then yes, you're on the right path. Okay? And you already communicate with spirit. It's that voice inside your head, that intuition, that gut feeling. The more you seek answers, the more knowledge you gain, the more spiritual you become, the more connected you will be with spirit. The more you trust yourself, the more communication you can have from the spirit, God. You'll be more connected. So I hope that helps your inquiry. And also remember that there's all paths, they say, lead to spirit or God. So if you seek, you shall find. Okay. Question number 2, that's sort of spiritual. Is there an ultimate truth, or is truth subject and a matter of perspective, or is it somewhere down the middle? Well, in my opinion, truth is, what do they say? Truth is relevant. Truth is perspective. Truth is personal. Now there's fact and then there's truth. So whatever someone chooses to believe is their personal truth. Whatever someone can prove is a fact. So, for example, it's true for me that I believe in certain things, and my truth that I could probably die for would be untrue to someone else. So it just depends on your truth. If you believe in justice, or if you believe in the death penalty, that's your certain truth. That's your belief. When people debate over right and wrong, they usually have to settle on something in the middle. Like when you get married. Excuse my dog. Like when you get married, you have to compromise. So it could be in somewhere in the middle if you choose it to be. But truth is relevant, so sorry. Fact is fact. It can be proven. So I hope that helps your answer. Or, I'm sorry. I hope that helps answer your question. Excuse me. Okay, y'all see I have my MJ hat on today in my jacket. Anyway. Okay, next question. Okay. This question is about Houston. Okay, I live in Houston. It's kind of funny. Okay. Well, it can be serious or funny. Why don't black people invest in real estate? There are many empty lots. Really? Okay, well, from my perspective, from my truth, the answer, in my opinion, I see I have some keywords here. Taxes, rims, cars, child support, nails, weaves, government support, lack of savings, Most black people that I know personally don't like to take risks unless it's in a casino or on a lottery ticket. Um, Many black people that I know live paycheck to paycheck and tie 10% to their church on Sunday, to Pastor Jenkins towards his real estate investment, which is the building fund. No, in all seriousness, my opinion, my true opinion is we're so busy competing to look successful, and we're not really competing to actually be successful. I think if we stop trying to buy so many designer clothes and cars that we probably shouldn't be buying because we can't afford it. I think if we invested in ourselves rather than investing in frivolous material things, that we could actually save money and invest in something that would probably be a good business decision in the future. Hopefully more people will start to understand that and save their money instead of buying $200 Jordans and rims on their car and silly things. And invest in themselves and in their communities and put more effort into education and teaching their children that it's better to buy land and invest than to lease and continue a cycle of poverty and not have anything to leave behind to their children. So I think it's more just self-discipline and lack of education. Okay, so anyway, next question. What do I think of George Zimmerman boxing match? George Zimmerman, if you don't know, is the man who shot Trayvon Martin and was found not guilty. What do I think of the boxing match, celebrity boxing match? I think he's trying, first of all, I think he's trying to make some money. And then I think he's trying to get the media or the masses to watch him actually get beat up, which is some sort of justice in the eyes of the masses. They want to see someone beat him up, basically. So they can leave him alone. They'll be like, oh, that boxing match, such and such beat him so good, that's what he deserved. And then they'll finally leave him alone, right? He won't be a target. I think that's what he's trying to do, so he can move on with his life. Oh, you got beat up, that's what you deserve. And then they asked me, who do I think would make a good person for him to box? Well, I think Mike Tyson would make a good person because, first of all, he's a great boxer. Second of all, he probably would do some justice because he's crazy and most likely would go insane and bite something off. And I think it would also be very entertaining and make a lot of money. So, yes, that's what I think about the George Zimmerman celebrity boxing match. Okay. Another question I got was, why are educated black women snobby or stuck up? I think that was the word. Well, towards men. Okay. Well, the ones that I know feel like since they took the time to educate themselves, then they only want to deal with men who did the same or greater. most educated women can basically take care of themselves, and if you don't have anything to offer them or anything to teach them, then they don't really want to be bothered with you. Okay? Unless you can improve on their life or teach them something that they don't already know, then they kind of don't want to be bothered. They're probably thinking, okay, well, I have this PhD. I want someone with a PhD or greater, Also, education gives people sometimes a false sense of superiority. And sometimes it gets in the way of relating to, other people. And so those people that use education as being superior to others, they have to learn the hard way in the future. And eventually they'll probably understand that and relax their standards or the way that they treat certain people. But they have to learn that lesson themselves. So that's why they're snobby. They figure you have to be on their level of education to even be able to speak with them. Yes. I mean, I know lots of people like that, and it's funny because they're still searching for that person to, start a life with. And it's been years. So obviously, most educated men, though, they tend to want someone that's, I mean, most men go to school and get educated and make money so they can have the wife that they desire. And then most women get educated so they can have the life that they desire. So you have to kind of weigh that. Like most men who are wealthy, they don't go after a highly educated woman. They go after someone that's physically attractive, who they wouldn't be able to get without money or an education. Most women with education will go after someone equal or above them, and sometimes they end up settling for less because they can't find anyone else. But most women choose to be snobby towards people because they're a little upset that it's hard to find their equal because their equals are looking for not so educated women who satisfy their physical attraction. Okay, there. Said it. Last question. Oh my goodness, this is a good one. How do I resolve an attraction to someone who is not good for me? Well, I would make a list of the things that they've done for you that can improve your life. And then I would make a list of the things that they've done to you that have hurt you. Or a list that they have done, a list that describes their negative traits. Okay? Then I would look at that list and say, okay, would I want my daughter to date this type of man? And if the answer is no, then, you understand. Also, I would suggest actively meeting new people, whether it's in person or online, talking to new people, getting to know new people, new guys. And you might find that the things that you're attracted to in the guy that's not good for you, other men might possess the qualities that you're attracted to who do have something to offer you or who is good for you. I mean, how are you ever going to find out if you don't look? Okay? Like, for example, this person might be physically attractive but doesn't have anything to offer you. Well, and you know that you can have them anytime or get with them anytime. Okay. Well, if you keep searching and finding and friending new people and going out, you might find someone just as attractive who does want to do nice things for you and who is good for you. So I just say, keep your mind on the prize. The prize is finding someone equally as attractive who is good for you. I mean, why would you set yourself up for failure? That's just not very productive, in my opinion. So, like the person that I was with before I got married, very attractive man, very attractive, tall, like 6'5". He could have been a model. Okay. But that was it. That was all that I could. That's all that he could offer me. I made a list. Do I want a attractive man, or do I want a man that can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G for me? Or with me, or start a life together. What would my future look like? So I weighed my options and I said, okay, well, I'm happy that I got to experience this very attractive man who could have been a model. I think he was a model. I don't know. Or would I rather, I've got to experience it, so that's great. Yes, I have that memory. But you have to set yourself up for success, not failure. So what helped me get that person off my mind was meeting the person that I married. And the funny thing is, they had the exact same first name. So I have this person and this person with the exact same name. One I was attracted to, but it was no good for me. The other one, he's okay and he is good for me. What made my mind up was when I needed help one day. And I said, okay, who should I call? Who can help me? The person that could help me was the person I ended up marrying. That was enough for me to decide. Okay. Well, I hope that helps you in some kind of way. And I hope that you get that situation together, because dealing with people that aren't good for you is a big problem in today's society. Okay. Also, I wanted to also answer one more question that someone asked me. Why do I love MJ? Okay. Because he's Michael Jackson. Okay. Everything else is self-explanatory. To me, he's the greatest entertainer ever, and everyone copies him but can't surpass him. Okay. I would go in more into detail. I have other videos on my channel about Michael Jackson you can watch, but that's all the answer I can give you on this video. Anyway, if you have any more questions that you want to ask, feel free. I'll answer in the comments, or I'll do another whole video if I get enough questions. So, thank you. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and share my video. Peace.